Now starting with a 1095 canister. And I use the weld canister very lightly. A couple of tacks, I'm not bothered about making it airtight in the slightest. Normally I would only use one of those canisters rather than the two put together, but because this is idiocy at its finest, as you can see, that's all of our swarf out of the grinder from around the drill. It is only tool steel. It's come off the magnet as well, so it's relatively clean. We're going to use that as our pounded steel. And a couple of chunks of forklift leaf chain there in the middle. Some rollers out of a fairly large roller chain picked up off the floor. Found some extra random bits of little offcuts of various bits of knife steels and Damascus and other rubbish from around the vise. I'm using that to pack in anything else. And we continue to fill all them holes, especially the rollers, with our powdered mix. You see I don't quite have enough here. So we end up using some plumber's wool, carbon steel wool. By weight it's probably only a tenth of what there was in the other powdered stuff. It's not a great deal, more just to add some kind of compaction when I put the lids back on. So we boxed it in, as you can see, just stitch it up. A few blowholes here and there because we're not really bothered. So that box is approximately 100mm as we're looking down on it now, square, and about 45mm thick, deep, however way we're looking at it. And this is a piece of 25mm square bar that we're going to use for the handle. We always go overkill with the weld. And they are an air hardening facing rod, which is actually forgeable. So since I only use really abrasives, don't really do a great deal of actual tool steel cutting on it. I don't really have to worry about trying to machine that off. The grinder makes no odds as to what it is. And it also, in this case, because I'm not worried about a clean bit of laminate or pattern work or anything, we're just trying to keep as much mass in as we can. So ignore the colours here because the camera changes its mind seemingly every couple of seconds, and that's the biggest, flattest dies that I have for my press, so I'm taking it very gentle here to try and not open things up. This is the first two passes in at normal speed, so you can get an idea of what the machine normally runs like, and then we're going to speed things up so you can see it being drawn out. nice and steady for the minute. Because we know it's all tool steel, all I've done is clean all of the ends up so that we're just re-welding it back on itself. We're not really bothered, say, about the pattern disturbance or anything like that. So we've got a little bit rhomboid there, so we had to straighten that out a bit. And what you can see is I'm actually drawing it down on the corner as much as we would when we were making crushed W's or crushed C's. So we're just disturbing them corners in on themselves because we're going to flatten this out again in an attempt to sort of purify it a bit. Start seeing now that the mass of this is stretched out. We don't have all of that heat retaining in the block. The press now starts to struggle, and this is where I could really do with a hammer instead. Just put a kiss block in there, move the camera out of the way so you can see what's going on. And it's 25mm. It might be 20mm. I think it might be 20mm actually. Give her a quick tickle with the grinder. And then we're going to lock 2 chunks off here. And stack them either side of our other piece. Save us a little bit of welding when we know we've already got a solid join there to the initial billet. I've made no attempt whatsoever to flatten these out. There's a big gap there, but you can see there the flux being squeezed out. And again with my small dies, this is only a 6-ton press, so it's in this case you have to be quite gentle to not peel the ends open on themselves. You can see it trying now, popping off the ends, but otherwise we end up with a weird butterfly and a big strange mouth at either end if we're not careful. So what you can't see in between of this is me actually just knocking them ends down a bit towards it to stop that bookmarking at the end, stop it folding over on itself, so you just get that extra bit of material pushed down back on itself instead of being completely wasted. So back to high speed. So there's some nice reductions in thickness now as it's well and truly consolidated, or so we thought. And any second now start to notice that there is actually a bad delamination inside of that, and the press is at its limit, so we're just going to flatten things out. 5 clicks for the day. This is my normalising and annealing oven. The inside, the whole inside of that is glowing red, but the camera obviously can't pick that up. Sort of see the outside's glowing red, so new day. We're slave driving this one with the big brute to see if we can spread that crack out and find out where it is. I've made things a bit easier to recover whichever pieces are left. Split the piece off with a top chisel and a grinder, give it a quick tickle, re-welded ourselves back on. That's the lump that we're left with. You can see there's still some good chunks of scale and possible sort of porosity looking areas. So we're going to leave it in a fairly thick chunk so that we can surface grind down into some nice clean steel. So I'm trying out my new modified crossbeam hammer. I'm just going to gently draw this down. At this point I don't want to draw this down in the press. She can be a little bit over eager, shall we say, when you start to get things reduced in cross section, so we don't want to fold it over at this stage, it's just unnecessary. So we're just taking our time, tickling it out, and we're going to forge some kind of small two-sided dagger. So I'm going to try and utilise what steel we've got, forge that point into it, and again we're leaving it nice and thick, so at this stage it is a good 10 or 12 mil thick, including all its scale and its lumps and bumps, probably about 10 millimeters, which is roughly 3/8 for the Americans. Look off the little bits here that were no good, but we didn't see a few fractured spots in the end of that, so we had to lose the very tip. This was all just a funny experiment, so we're not going to spend a great deal of time making anything particularly posh here. We're going to just roll on through. So there's our basic profile, and then you can see that's the little half silhouette that we used to make sure we checked everything up from the drawing. So this is just a quick transfer of some of them lines to give ourselves something to work to. This will be all marked out properly, but we're in no attempt to make a posh job of this one, so nice speed marker pen it is. And we're going to grind a hollow fuller into the middle of it, and then flat on the outside, so we'll just take bevels off the edges with the slack down there. Old school marking rat tail file that's been sharpened, plus the normal punch. Don't believe in automatic centre punches. Took me a year to learn how to centre punch properly as an apprentice. It's not something I'm going to give up easily. So we're popping some 6mm holes in here, and then we're just going to chamfer the corners with a tungsten carbide ball mill, which is a 6mm shank. We'll be using this rotary tool, which we've just got 150 grit wet and dry paper wrapped around itself. There's no proper bands or anything. I don't believe in that. I don't need it. We're just using this initially to take the finish down. As anyone who's tried to make any kind of polish on a blade will tell you that you can't do that without some kind of flattening it off and drawing the scratches in the right direction, because you end up with waves. So we've gone back to the block and fresh 150 grit. Pull all them scratches and all them high spots back out of there. Give it a quick lift down, everything's good, saved a lot of labour, saved a lot of finger cramp. There we go. So, quench time. Preheating our big lump of billet. This is my oil warmer, which is about 50-60mm stock, just a lump of mild steel, and we're just going to lob that in the bucket. See my little heat shield there, so I can see what's going on in the old coke forge. Makes things a lot easier. I've no idea what temperature the oil goes to. I just take it to a point where it instantly is too hot to touch the metal container. There's 3 of these normalising cycles, which you didn't see because it's unnecessary again, so I've showed you one of them. It takes about 3 times as long to come back to black in the heat of the fire, but you can't see there against the camera's out of focus, so it does blacken off very quickly in the camera. Now I'm going to go for the dip. transfer to our trusty welding rod. Plenty of nice bubbling sounds, comes out a nice colour, nice and straight, no cracks, nice one. So this is a medium scotch bright. I'm purely taking all the scale off just so we can see tempering colours. Normally this would go in the trusty house oven, but again we're just messing around here, so we're just going to bring the torch, bring it all back with the torch, nice and quick, nice and easy, and give her a quick blast with the airline just to halt that from creeping up into our edge. I got a little bit too overeager. There's 5 of these sequences of dipping and cleaning, maybe 6 or 7, I'm not entirely sure. You only get to see one of them again. The last one at that, the first dip and the last clean. And there's our piece of stock. So I'm going to flick a handle on there. I'm not wasting any good expensive wood. So this was just a spare shaft that's been laid hanging around. Chop her up, give it a quick flat on the insides. I missed the cutting and drawing of the pins because I didn't realise the camera had actually run out, so I missed that. There's no resin being used here because we're just not bothering. It's just a mess about. And with it being nice, good quality hickory wood, we chamfered it nice and deep, and as you can see from the size of these rivets, there is a serious amount of tension on there, it's not going anywhere. And as I've discovered previously, when we torch it, that tends to display any weaknesses, and your scales will crack immediately if you haven't already cracked it, hammering the rivets in. If you do decide to torch it, having no liners and no resin makes things a lot easier, so that's what we're going to do just for the sake of making it look reasonable. If I'd perhaps started this in the morning, I'd probably have had this finished in a day, but I didn't. I started on a mid-afternoon on what would be a roasting summer day here in England, so temperatures might have been over 25 degrees Celsius. Quick flatten off with the block, and almost 240 grit sandpaper, and then we're going to ammonize it or torch it or whatever you want to call it. There's several names for this process, but I just like to say that I've blackened it with fire. Don't be the traditional blacksmith finish of making everything black. There we go. Quick mess about. Floor-Damascus Sgian. Stupid little thing, but